You think you're being healthy, right? Cooking with olive oil, the heart-healthy Mediterranean staple that protects against inflammation and disease. But that bottle in your pantry right now is probably fake. And instead of protecting your heart, it's damaging it. The Canadian government tested 92 bottles of olive oil last year. 22 failed. That's 24%, nearly 1 in 4. They were either adulterated with cheap oils, rancid, or lying about being extra virgin. The government found the fraud, but won't tell you which brands. I spent 3 months investigating, and I'm about to tell you exactly which oils to throw out and which ones are actually real. Brand number 6, Pompeian. This is an American brand that somehow ended up dominating shelf space at Loblaws, Metro, and Sobeys. You're paying about $20 to $25 per liter for this. Consumer Reports in the United States tested Pompeian, and it failed to meet extra virgin standards. Free fatty acids were too high. Sensory panels found rancidity. UV absorption tests suggested it was cut with refined oils. But here's what really makes me angry. Look at the bottle. Clear plastic. That is the worst possible container for olive oil. Light destroys olive oil. It breaks down all the beneficial compounds and creates rancidity. Under supermarket fluorescent lights, this oil is degrading every single day it sits there. And they know this. They use clear plastic anyway because it's cheaper and it looks pretty, and they know you'll buy it before it matters to them. That peppery throat sensation you're supposed to get from real extra virgin, the oleocanthal that acts like natural ibuprofen, this has none of that. What it does have is oxidized fats that cause inflammation instead of preventing it. If you have Pompeian in your pantry right now, throw it out. Brand number 5, Bertolli, the Italian brand that's everywhere. You see the Italian flags on the label, the rustic imagery, the romance of Tuscany. You're paying $20 to $25 per liter thinking you're getting authentic Italian olive oil. Here's what you're actually getting: industrial bulk oil that might be bottled in Italy, but the olives came from who knows where. Independent testing in Europe found that Bertolli oils labeled extra virgin were actually only virgin grade. That's a lower quality classification. It means the free fatty acids were too high and the flavor had defects. Multiple investigations in Europe have caught Bertolli adulterating their olive oil with cheaper seed oils. The company paid fines, and then kept selling in Canada like nothing happened. Look at your bottle if you have Bertolli. It's in clear glass. You're not buying Italian heritage. You're buying industrial oil with Italian marketing. Brand number 4, President's Choice. This is Loblaws' premium store brand. Same Loblaws that admitted to bread price fixing. Same Galen Weston whose family is worth billions. And they're selling you this olive oil for anywhere from $24 to $36 per liter, depending on which variety you choose. Compare that to Costco's Kirkland brand at $17 per liter. You're paying up to more than double. Here's what you're not getting for that price: a harvest date. Check your bottle right now. You'll see a best before date that's probably 2 years out. But when were the olives actually harvested? They won't tell you. The label says blended from multiple origins. Translation: we buy the cheapest bulk oil available from whoever's selling this month. Spain having a bad year? We'll switch to Tunisia. Quality consistency? Not our problem. When President's Choice olive oil is subjected to the fridge test, real extra virgin olive oil should solidify or get very cloudy when cold because of the natural waxes. But oils like this often stay completely liquid. That tells you it's either refined olive oil, which costs about $8 per liter to produce, not $24 to $36, or it's been cut with cheaper seed oils that don't solidify. You paid up to $36. You got maybe $8 to $10 worth of product. Loblaws pocketed the difference. And here's the health part that really matters. Refined olive oil and seed oils don't have the polyphenols that make olive oil healthy. No anti-inflammatory compounds, no antioxidants. You're getting fat and calories with zero health benefits. Actually worse than zero, because if it's rancid, those oxidized fats are pro-inflammatory. They cause cellular damage. Same company that stole from you on bread is stealing from you on olive oil. Brand number 3, Filippo Berio. This is another Italian branded oil that's been around forever and has strong brand recognition, especially with older Canadians. You're paying $20 to $25 per liter for this. At specialty shops, it can go even higher. The bottle design is dark glass, which is good for preservation, but the oil inside is substandard. Independent testing has repeatedly found Filippo Berio failing purity standards. Studies found it contained higher levels of certain compounds, suggesting adulteration with other oils. The company denied it, but offered no evidence to contradict the testing. What really bothers me about Filippo Berio is they specifically target older Canadians who remember the brand from decades ago and trust it. That trust is being abused to sell inferior oil at premium prices. The taste is generic and oily, with barely any character. In comparison tastings, Filippo Berio is indistinguishable from regular olive oil. No extra virgin characteristics at all. You're paying for a name and nostalgia, not quality. Brand number 2, Metro and Sobeys private labels. I'm grouping selection from Metro, compliments from Sobeys, and our finest from Sobeys together because they have the exact same problems. These are the other two major players in Canada's grocery oligopoly. 5 companies control our entire food supply. Loblaws at 30%, Empire Sobeys at 25%, Metro at 11%. And guess what? Metro and Sobeys were also named in the bread price-fixing investigation. They denied involvement, but they were accused by Loblaws of participating in the exact same scheme. Their store-brand olive oils have all the same red flags. No harvest dates, blended origins, zero transparency, prices that don't match the claimed quality. Metro's selection brand oils run $18 to $25 per liter. Sobeys Compliments is similar. You're paying premium prices for oils that are almost certainly bulk sourced from the cheapest available suppliers. When companies have monopoly power and a documented history of colluding to raise prices, why would you trust them on product quality? Brand number 1, any oil in a clear bottle. This is my number 1 rule, and it applies to any brand, regardless of what the label says. If olive oil is in a clear bottle, glass, or plastic, don't buy it. Period. Here's why. Olive oil is incredibly sensitive to light. UV light and even visible light cause rapid oxidation. The beneficial polyphenols break down. The oil goes rancid. This happens in days or weeks under supermarket lighting. Real extra virgin olive oil should be in a dark glass bottle. Dark green or dark brown. Some producers use tins or dark plastic, which is also acceptable. But clear? Never. When you see olive oil in a clear bottle, that company is telling you something. They don't care about quality after you buy it. They're banking on you purchasing based on how pretty it looks, not whether it's still good. There's a reason every legitimate small batch olive oil producer uses dark glass. They actually care about the product reaching you in good condition. So here's your simple rule. Clear bottle equals don't buy. Dark bottle equals maybe if the other factors check out. And if you have any olive oil in a clear bottle at home right now, I don't care if it cost $50, it's rancid. The light from your kitchen alone has been destroying it. Throw it out. Okay, so what do you buy? Let me give you 3 options at different price points. Recommended brand number 1, Kirkland Signature from Costco. If you need affordable olive oil and you have a Costco membership, Kirkland Signature Extra Virgin is your best bet. It's $35 for 2 liters. That's $17.50 per liter, literally half the price of President's Choice. Here's why Kirkland works. Costco participates in the North American Olive Oil Association's Quality Seal program. That means their oil gets tested twice a year by independent labs, both chemical tests and sensory tests. The samples are purchased from retail stores, not provided by the producer, so they're testing what you actually get. Is it the absolute best olive oil money can buy? No, it's still bulk sourced from multiple suppliers, and the quality can vary batch to batch. But it's tested, it's certified, and at $17.50 per liter, it's honest value. Kirkland uses dark glass bottles. There should be some indication of sourcing on the label, and because Costco's business model is based on high turnover, you're much more likely to get fresh oil than at a regular supermarket where bottles might sit for months. Use Kirkland for everyday cooking, sautéing vegetables, roasting, general use. For that purpose, it's totally adequate and you're not getting ripped off. Recommended brand number 2, DOP or PDO certified oils. If you want to step up in quality and you're willing to pay $30 to $45 per liter, look for DOP or PDO certification. DOP stands for Denominazione di Origine Protetta, Protected Designation of Origin. It's a European certification that guarantees the oil comes from a specific region and meets strict quality standards. Examples: DOP Toscano means it's actually from Tuscany. DOP Umbria means it's from Umbria. PDO Kalamata means it's from the Kalamata region of Greece. These certifications matter because they can't be faked easily. The entire supply chain is monitored. The olives have to come from that specific region. The processing has to happen there. The quality standards are enforced. You'll find DOP oils at specialty food stores, some nicer grocery stores, and online from importers. Brands vary, but look for that DOP or PDO seal on the label. These oils will be in dark glass bottles. They should have a harvest date or at least a bottling date. The flavor will be dramatically better than anything we talked about avoiding, actually fruity, grassy, with that peppery bite in your throat that tells you the polyphenols are there. Recommended brand number 3, Canadian-produced olive oil from British Columbia. If you really want to guarantee quality and support Canadian agriculture, look for olive oil produced in British Columbia. Yes, Canada produces olive oil. It's a tiny industry, mostly in the Okanagan Valley in BC, but it exists. And because Canadian producers are small scale and don't have to ship from across an ocean, you can get incredibly fresh oil. You'll find them at farmers markets, specialty food stores in BC, or online. The advantages: you know exactly where it came from. You can often visit the farm. The harvest date will be recent because they're not sitting in shipping containers for months. These producers care about quality because their entire business depends on reputation. The disadvantages: it's expensive. Expect $50 to $80 per liter because production scale is small and costs are high. And availability is limited. You're not finding this at Loblaws. But if you want to support Canadian farmers and get oil that's been pressed within the last year from olives grown in your own country, this is how you do it. Use Canadian olive oil the same way you'd use DOP-certified oils. Finishing, salads, places where you want to taste it. It's too good to waste on cooking. Here's what you do tonight. Go to your pantry, look at your olive oil. Clear bottle, no harvest date, from one of those 6 brands I just mentioned? Throw it out. Stop poisoning yourself while making billionaires richer. Tomorrow, find a specialty olive oil shop or order online. Buy one good bottle with a dark glass container, a harvest date, and proper certification. Loblaws stole from you on bread for 14 years. Now it's olive oil. What else aren't they telling you? Hit subscribe because I'm investigating honey next, and the fraud rate is even worse at 22.5%. Drop a comment and tell me which brand are you throwing out tonight. And share this video. The grocery oligopoly thinks they can keep getting away with this. Let's prove them wrong.